Hello, my name is Ryan Bain. I'm here to present the last and final part 5 of my thesis and capstone project, Social Media Metrics, Business versus Personal Measures of Success. Part 5 is titled Conclusions of Findings, Recommendations, and Projections of How Both Businesses and Consumers Will Develop Going Forward. When determining what social media businesses should advertise their content on, it seems evident that platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram are amongst the top. They have a large user base and offer users to access and post all types of content: video, image, commentary, large amounts of metrics, and numerous amount of metrics designed for business use. On the other hand, a network like Snapchat only offers video-based content and seems not developed fully enough to become a reliable platform for a business to advertise on and determine their ROIs. Going back to the paper's main focus, businesses do not know what question they're trying to answer while analyzing social media metrics and need to determine what they need to do with the answers. One option can be for companies to utilize multiple other metrics beyond likes to measure success, such as page views, bounce rate, unique visitors, etc. They may even consider creating new metrics that do not currently exist within these social media metrics to further measure and analyze their content in order to determine their ROIs. An example of a company that can take advantage of creating metrics to better determine success within social media is Viacom. The multimedia company uses many metrics and reports to help analyze their audience value in television programs. The primary reason for measuring audiences is to establish the number of viewers compared to competing networks, which determine the success of television and digital content. Some of the main metrics Viacom uses to measure their online TV audience is the number of visits, unique visitors, the number of distinct individuals requesting pages from the website during a given period, regardless of how often they visit according to web analytics, and bounce rate, which is the percentage of visitors to a particular website who navigate away from the site after viewing only one page, which is also from web analytics. As there are copious amounts of new metrics Viacom utilizes to measure their shows, there are many that currently don't exist that will help us assist the company in assessing their television and digital content. Perhaps a fictional measurement titled bounce rate destination could be helpful to determine Viacom's ROIs on certain social media sites. While collecting Viacom data from online marketing and analytics company Omniture, the company ultimately wants to see how their TV and digital content compared with other major broadcast companies such as NBC, CBS, Fox, and ABC. When selecting the metrics, the three main ones, number of visits, unique visitors, and bounce rates, were included in every report analyzed for Viacom. After examining the data and comparing Viacom content to the main broadcast networks, some of Viacom's content contain noticeable bounce ratings compared to other networks. Due to the bounce rate, it seems logical Viacom should be curious where their viewers are going after viewing their content. The new bounce rate destination metric will incorporate both quantitative and qualitative measurements such as original Viacom content watched, original bounce rate, and the new program watched, including the name of the network, type of genre, and the amount of time watched. Hopefully, the bounce rate destination metric will enable Viacom to analyze their content in order to fully understand what their consumers' preferences are to compete with other major networks in the multimedia industry. The truth is that many social media networks have become very sophisticated with their user interface. An interview with Jacqueline Schroeder, who is currently a digital manager at SharkNinja and adjunct professor at Quinnipiac University, talked about her experience attending a Facebook conference in San Francisco. The biggest takeaway was Facebook wants to change the world and connect everyone everywhere. She pointed out Facebook planning to create a new ad platform with different formats. One included creating advertisements through their Facebook messaging function. Can you imagine brands reaching out to consumers via Facebook message versus an outdated email chain? From a business perspective, this would be very interesting to see. The more complex a social media site becomes, the more intricate measurements are needed to be created from a business end to determine ROIs for companies on these social media sites. While it's evident that technology has forever changed how people consume media, the smarter media companies will survive and thrive as long as their content is worth accessing on all digital platforms and advertising on social media networks that offer access to all types of content: video, image, commentary, large amounts of metrics, and numerous amounts of metrics designed for business use. The key value is their content, but consumers need to find it when and where they want. So this concludes part 5 of my thesis and capstone project, Social Media Metrics, Business versus Personal Use. Thank you very much for listening to all parts of my project. This has been a big accomplishment for me, and if anyone has any questions to the findings and the data presented, please feel free to contact me. And just a brief overview, these are all the sources I use for my works cited. And once again, thank you very much for listening, and I hope you also get a chance to read my thesis essay as well, as it goes into more lectural detail into how the findings come and gives a more in-depth look at the particular social media metrics that companies need to look at to determine ROIs. So thank you very much. This is Ryan Baim signing off.